Are you trying to take your manifestations to the next level? Well, stay tuned because in this episode, I am breaking down how to make a manifestation journal, but with a twist. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Joelle, the Everyday Avant-Garde, where I talk about all things creative lifestyle. Go ahead and hit subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my latest content, and let's get started. Maybe you already have a manifestation journal, or maybe you have a list of the things you're already trying to manifest. Personally, I did already have a manifestation journal where I would write down things I want to manifest. I write things I'm grateful for, positive things, etc. And I also, every year with my girlfriends, we get together at the start of the year and we make vision boards together where we collage pictures from magazines and stuff like that. So I've already been doing both of those things. This time and this year, I decided to sort of combine both of those into almost like a vision board journal for manifesting, if that makes sense. Yeah, so like when this year came around, my girlfriends and I, instead of doing the vision board, we were like, hey, let's do a journal instead. And it ended up working out perfectly because I had just taken this masterclass from my brilliant manifestation coach, Morgana McCabe Allan, who I will link her website below in case anyone's ever interested in working with her. I would highly, highly recommend. She is incredible, genius. She also has a book coming out very soon. In her recent workshop that she was doing about planning your goals and manifestations, intentions for the start of the year, she recommended doing a future book, which is sort of a book that would encompass all of the things that you want your future self to have, all the things you want your future self to embody. Like what are they wearing? What are they eating? What is their home like? What is their career like? What is their relationships like? Basically, any topic you can imagine that you want to manifest in your life, you can include it in the book. There's really not any right or wrong when it comes to this method. It's just about feeling what intuitively feels good for you and what you personally want to manifest. And of course, for everybody, that's different. So in this video, I'm going to show you my journal and as well as recommendations for the supplies you use. I'll show you the ones I have, give you some alternatives if you don't have the exact thing, and just some inspiration ideas, get your juices flowing. If you're interested in creating your own, it can be very simple to do, and you can do it honestly. You don't even have to buy the supplies I'm using. You can find things around your house to do it as well. You just need some basics. So, of course, to start, the first supply you're going to need is a journal, and it can be any size, it can be blank, it can be written, whatever you like. You can use just a basic composition notebook. Those are super affordable, or you can get something fancy. I have found that at the dollar store, there is an amazing selection of super cute notebooks for there at very reasonable prices. I guess the size isn't necessarily super important. It could be whatever size works with you. Though I would say to go for something not too small, because you could be adding like images and things to it. And so you just want to make sure that there's enough space on the page to include the things that you want to include without it taking up the entire page, so you have room to write or whatever. But honestly, if you want a smaller one, go for that too. This is the book that I got. Again, it's from the dollar store, and it's actually from the Happy Planner brand, which is a very good brand, and I think they used to sell it at Michael's, so it was really cool that I found it at the dollar store. I liked this one, and honestly I felt it was perfect for this because it says happy all over the front of it, but it also had these little tabs included in it, so I could like sort of separate each section depending on different areas of my life, and I'll show you how I break that all down. And then it just has the pages are blank, and then I put stuff in them. It doesn't have to be blank, it can be lined, again, whatever vibes with you, but you'll definitely need a notebook to start and put all your manifestation stuff in. Now this second supply, it is optional, but I found that it is extremely helpful in pulling things out intuitively and finding things that call to you that maybe you wouldn't have thought would have called to you. And so the second one is going to be magazines. And if you've ever made vision boards before, you know that these are a essential item for vision boarding. I got a bunch of them for free from my Buy Nothing group. My friend gets them for free from the library. So if you're on a budget, you can do this also for free or very affordably, or you could buy them used. Some like used bookstores have them. You could also use old art books, like go to the thrift store and find cheap books with cool images you like, or artists, or places you want to travel. Whatever. Some kind of like graphics, I feel like really gives it more depth and oomph to like visualize what you're manifesting, right? Because if writing is extremely powerful and I love writing. When you have a visual to pair with it though, I feel like it just kind of makes you, I don't know, personally for me, it makes me feel more. Like it makes me feel like I can really imagine myself in this situation of what I'm manifesting. The second item that I'm using is stickers. Again, I think I might have got these from the dollar store too, even though this one's also Happy Planner. And then these are full. I think you can get them at Michael's, but I've also found them at Grocery Outlet. I don't know if you have that where you are, but here in California, you have Grocery Outlet, which is like a discount store. And again, it doesn't have to be this brand. It could be something that resonates with you, or you could find images online and print them out of like, the reason I like this is because, let me see if I can find some examples. There's like inspirational quotes and stuff like that. And all these different like, you know, if like typography things, and then just like random pictures and stuff. That's another helpful tool. And the stickers are nice because you don't have to glue them down. You literally just peel and stick it on. I feel like this goes without saying, but you will need scissors to cut out your images from magazines or books or what have you. And then also glue. You could use white glue. You could use the glue stick. Those are very fine options that I have used in the past. I am very partial to this brand. It's Tombow Monoliquid Aqua. And this one is specifically designed for, it says on the back, ideal for paper, photos, poster board, etc. And it's clear, acid-free. So the reason I like this one a lot is because when you put the glue on and it's drying, it doesn't make certain types of glue. If you put too much, it'll like make your paper pucker up and it'll just get really like saturated, and it dries kind of like wavy. It doesn't dry like perfectly smooth. But since this one is designed for paper, it works very well and you don't need too much of it. It's pretty affordable too. I believe I got this on Amazon for $3 or $4. And I used all of it up gluing these pictures, so I had to order more. But this is a great glue to use for any sort of paper craft, especially for vision boarding or manifestation journaling. The next two supplies that I use are going to be pens, markers, any kind of writing utensils, tools. I really like the Tombow dual brush water. They're like brush pens. So like one tip of it, it's almost like it's like a brush, and you can do like lettering with it. That works really beautifully. When you apply pressure at different angles, it just has like a really good, it can be really fine or it can be really thick depending on the pressure. And then it has like a fine tip as well if you need to just do some basic like writing. These are like aces as far as artistic markers go. They blend really well together. Again, these aren't necessary. You can just use regular markers, or you don't even have to use markers if you don't want to, but I just adore these. So I'm using those. And then I also got pens in different colors. I use these ones for my normal like journaling, because in addition to gluing images in the notebook, I will be writing in it like as a journal as well, with like prompts and gratitude, things like that. And the one I'm using for this is Pilot G2. I don't know, can't really see it too well. I guess that doesn't matter. It's Pilot. Again, it doesn't have to be this brand. Whatever kind of pens, markers, etc. works for you. And then the last one I'll be using is the Zebra mild liners. I feel like this is more for like highlighting. Yeah, it's sort of like a highlighter, but it's less harsh than like your traditional highlighter. These have a really nice like soft pastel look. Like if you write a word and you can highlight it with it, I just feel like it makes it look a little cuter than if it just has like no coloring at all. Anyways, I also have these stencils I got from the dollar store. So just like if there's some words I want to write, and honestly, my handwriting is not the best, even though I'm an artist. I am not a typographer or calligrapher. So my handwriting is not always like as pretty as I want it to be. And so I thought these would be kind of cool to just like make it easy. And again, they were super affordable because they're from the dollar store. Other supplies. Oh, I have washi tape. I have a bunch more. I'm not going to show you all my washi tape, but that's another really easy way to just like add some color, a little pop of color. I want it to have things I love, but I also, when I look at it, I want it to like be visually pleasing to me and just be like, you know, enjoyable to look at. So this is another great like easy way to just like add some fun to your page. Like if there's like a little blank spot that you were like, oh, I wish that was filled in, you just throw a piece of washi tape on it and then it looks awesome. That's pretty much all the supplies I'll be using. You don't need to have exactly the kind that I have. I would just recommend having some sort of visuals, pictures you can use no matter where you get them from, whether you print them, get them from magazines, photocopies, newspaper, whatever. That really helps kind of boost your whatever you're trying to visualize. And then, you know, something to write with and the notebook, like those three things, and then some, you know, something to stick the pictures onto the paper. So you can do this very bare bones, very affordably, but that's sort of the essential tools that I'll be using for this. I don't have any to show here, but other things that you could include in your manifestation journal could be photographs of maybe vacations you took or your friends, or you know, things like actual pictures that you have. You could include that, even though it's something that's already manifested in your life. If it's something that you really felt good about, and it's like the kind of feeling when you were in that moment or that place that you want to continue that sort of feeling throughout your life, you could totally use something that you've already done too. Again, there's not really right or wrong. You could also use things like maybe like a concert tickets or plane tickets of things from your past. Like kind of, you can use it almost like as like a little scrapbooking of things that have brought you joy, excitement, success, love. Oh, another thing that I used as well, I had some sort of extra stock of scrapbooking paper with like different patterns and prints and stuff. And so that's also a really good option for if you just want to give it some more color to maybe go along with some of the other photos you have. I'll show you some examples of how I sort of worked with that. So I decided to do the video this week on the manifestation journal because I got together with my girlfriends on a couple days ago and we worked on this. And so I'm sharing the creative project that's going on in my life right now. And my journal is a work in progress. At this point, I have cut up a bunch of photos and I still have a ton more that I've cut up that I haven't put in the journal yet. But I laid sort of like the groundwork, and I feel like each page is gonna have like a sort of theme, right? And I'm gonna continue working on it. So and layering upon it. So it'll have the picture, but then I'll add like the stickers and the tape, and then also leaving some space to journal in there as well, reflecting on like what the imagery is on that page. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna give you a little look through and peek into my manifestation journal. So this is the cover of it, and it has these little tabs. I divided mine into three. It has 3 tabs, so I put health, wealth, and wise, and then there's a bunch of different categories I'm gonna put in those different subtopics. And I love this so much because it has different positive quotes, and it actually came like that. I didn't even have to add those. And then you can see here how I use the stencil. So this is like sort of first page of health things, and it's going to be physical health, mental health, emotional health, you know, all these kind of things relating to health that I'm manifesting. This is some blood cells, these bougainvilleas. I feel like, I don't know, it just made me feel like good mental health. And you can see how I use the markers to add a lining that I can write in. I've always dreamed of having a attached sort of greenhouse, and I feel like that would be great for my mental health too. Gardening. This is like sort of romance page for stuff with my marriage. fruits and veggies for like whole foods. Again, with the health, I feel like my future self is just eating good, healthy foods. This one, I'm not really sure what the theme is going to be, but you can see how I use the paper here as well. I can write on it and put some cool stuff. I just like those birds. This is like a sort of fighting for your rights, speaking your truth sort of page. I thought these macaroons just went so well with this next sort of segment. They look so cute together. And who doesn't want to manifest macaroons? I mean, and then this is my wealth section. Use some more paper, and I'm manifesting a living space with natural lighting and lots of plants and cool, cozy chairs. Yeah, I just love that. I love those chairs. The ones on the left, they look so comfy. This living room here, oh, that is like one of my dream living rooms, like especially that couch and that chair. I love the pink and the green and the velvet. Oh my gosh, this backyard too, like who wouldn't want that? This is a sort of creative section I have. I love these chandeliers, so I'll put like stuff for my art that I'm manifesting. Again, I don't know. I think I'm really obsessed with the velvet. And this toilet, I know it's kind of funny to put a toilet in your manifestation journal, but I love how it's so artistic. I want things in my house that aren't boring and look creative and artistic. So I thought, why not put it in there? This is kind of another sort of creative page. It's like, looks like a little art studio. I could see myself making art there. And then I use this like paper on the side that sort of tied in with the colors of that photo. This is going to be like a fashion page because I'm manifesting creating a fashion line. I'm also very much into sewing. And I love all the flowers. I am manifesting this whole look. This coat is fierce, and I love it with the beanie too. Such a cute combo. And I thought the flowers went really well with that. Discover more Istanbul. My husband is Turkish, and I have been to Istanbul, but of course I would love to go back there and explore it more. It's such a beautiful city. Beaches, these are places I'm manifesting traveling to. Well, of course, I want to add more too. I want to find some pictures of Tokyo. I'd love to go there also. Cherry blossoms. That's another thing I would love to experience in my life, is seeing somewhere where there's a bunch of blossoming cherry blossoms. And my wisdom section, honestly, it was kind of hard to find photos that visualize wisdom. I found this crow that I thought was really cool. I feel like those are like a really intuitive animal, and I love crows. And then there's like a woman reading under the tree, which that just seems like a delightful thing to do. And of course, reading is growing your mental wisdom. And this baby goat, I'm not sure what I'm manifesting with this, but I know it makes me happy. It's because it's so freaking cute. And keep in mind, again, that this is a work in progress. A lot of these pages, by the time I'm done, these white spots aren't going to be white. They're going to be filled in with more layering of tape and stickers and writing and coloring with markers and maybe taping some mementos or other photos in there. And as you can see as well, I have tons of extra paper left to do that. And I'm so excited. And then, of course, this is a messy process, y'all, but it is so much fun. I am so excited. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to create a manifestation journal. If you'd like to share something that you're manifesting this year, I would love to hear about it. Comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye.